Hello everyone and welcome to the broadcast for this Sunday. It is Sunday, June 1st. I hope you're all doing fantastic today and have had a great weekend. Oh, my weekend was very busy. My today was very busy. So hopefully you're all doing fantastic. I want to say hello to SCP-1974 as well as Mariano. How are you doing today? Hopefully both of you are doing wonderful and have had a nice weekend. My hands are a little bit dry, so I have to moisturize them. So give me just a moment here. It has been a day. It has been a day. So anyway, how's everyone doing today? Look, I want to try to cover up the mic. Let me see if I can. Yeah, maybe that helps cover it up a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. SCP-1974-A, classified Euclid. I like that. And then Mariana, Autumn, it's been so long since I've seen you. How are you doing? Hope Roosta is doing okay. Yes, Roosta number 1 and Roosta number 2 are both doing fantastic. There they are. There they are. How cute are they, right? They are so cute. They are so cute. But yeah, they are doing wonderfully. Okay, perfect. Oh, let's see. Hope he's doing okay. Let's see. Hope do you post every week as you did in the past on YouTube? No, I don't post every week. Every other week for the most part. Well, technically I do post every week. Yeah, just not on YouTube. It's not on YouTube. I don't think I can quite cover the mic with this. I'll try. Sorry for the noise. There we go. That should cover it up a little bit. Anyway. All right. My mouth is quite dry because I've been talking all day today, so. Dark, it is great to have you here. How are you doing, Dark? Nice to see you again. Great to see you as well. We got a lot of people here we haven't seen in a while. How has everyone been? Hopefully you're all doing wonderful today. I hope so. Yeah. It's June 1st. We're officially in June now. Yeah, we're officially in June. You look gorgeous. Love the flower detail. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, there was a big event happening today. Big event. Getting married. Or am I? I'm wearing a nice dress too. Who knows? Interesting stuff always happening. Funny stuff. Yeah, this kind of covers the microphone a little bit, you know. Mice. There we go. Let's get these mice into view here. There you go, mice. There you go, boys. Oh yeah. There you go. Let's say. I'm practicing my English when I see you're live. You're speaking Spanish. Okay. So you're learning English. Okay. How well along are you with your English process? You know, English is the most spoken language in the world, but I always say if you want to learn any language, what would it be? I do not want to learn Spanish, to be completely honest with you, even though that is like the second most spoken language. Well, actually, the most spoken language natively would be Chinese. So, but worldwide would be English, and secondary language would be English. So, yeah. See, I'm working out to fit in a dress like yours. You're also a native English Spanish speaker as well. Oh wow, interesting. Okay. Well, keep working at, you know, the dress, trying to fit into the dress, and I'm sure you will. And try Bulgarian and Chinese writing. Ah, okay. I don't know anything about Bulgarian language, but yeah, Chinese would be hard with all of their different letters, for sure. Yeah, Chinese for English-speaking people would be like the hardest language to learn. That and Arabic would be the top two hardest languages for English speakers to actually learn. So, yeah. Yeah. Funny stuff, right? Funny stuff. All the different languages in the world, and yeah, we try to learn them, but they're always so challenging when we become adults. It's best to learn different languages when you're younger. It really is. Ah, okay. Just trying to calm it down from the crazy exciting day. Probably you since your makeup videos. Oh wow, okay. Well look, I have a lot of makeup on today. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, you know? It all depends. All depends on the day. But today was a lot of stuff going on, so. A lot of stuff going on, so. Yes, had to get dressed today. So I just finished the activities right before the stream. You see, I discovered you shortly after I accepted myself as trans. Well, oh, nice. Very, very nice. Oh, let's see, Chinese is not that hard. It's the writing that instills fear, but it's kind of funny when you got the trick. Okay, okay. It's just, when you compare, like, Chinese to, like, English, you have English, there's, like, 26 letters of the alphabet, you know, versus how many Chinese characters are there? You know what I mean? I should look that up. I'm curious about that. Because yeah, I mean, there's like so many characters. Let's see. How many Chinese characters are there? 7,000. But the full amount is like almost 55,000. Actually, hold on a minute. The dictionary contains definitions for 106,000. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I mean, we're talking like 26 letters to hundreds of thousands of symbols that are far more complex, you know? Speaking of Chinese characters, I have one up on my wall. Let me snap a photo of it right now for you. Let me snap a photo. There you go. Hang on a minute. Let me turn off the blurring thing. There we go. You can see it there. That's what I have up on my wall. Okay. What does it mean? How do you pronounce it? Oh. Okay. Let's say English is a mess of Britain, Danish, Saxon, Latin, and French. Chinese has 10,000 plus modern characters, but you can do with only 2,000. You get 50,000 plus. Wow. It means happiness. Yeah, I think it means like it's supposed to mean like, yeah, like also like that and something like wealth as well or something. I forget. I don't remember exactly. Let me see if I can copy the character. I remember I can just draw it. I can just draw it here, and let us translate it. Let's see what this says, because I can actually draw it very, very quickly into the Google Translate. Blessing. Blessing. I think it's pronounced as fu. But of course you have different pronunciations. I don't know why we're talking about it. And then in Japanese it would mean fortune. Pronounced as fuku. which you know Japanese uses a lot of Chinese characters. So anyway, I'm like worn out already, and I just started. I just started. Oh. Divine wealth, yeah. All right. So why don't we start drilling down into our topic at hand here, which is going to be about maturity. Yes, maturity. Look, we have all these older people here. Well, we have young lady here, and she gets older, and she becomes more mature as she ages, as you can see. As she becomes older, she becomes wiser, she becomes more mature, and she learns more about the world. So, what does it mean to be mature, and do you think that you are mature? Is it mature of me to have these stuffed mice and play with them and say, boys and lizards, we're going to sniff each other's feet now? Is that mature, or is that immature of me to say such things? Boys, you can just sit over there for a little bit, okay? You're being kind of naughty and dirty. Very dirty. Okay, hello to Trans Girl Bacon. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing fantastic. The Japanese kanjis are similar, yes. Yes, they are. Some of the meanings are a little bit different depending on what they're used for, but the problem with the Japanese is that you can have one kanji that has many different ways of pronouncing it, and it's a yeah, it is a bit of a nightmare. Let's see, mature. At this point of my life, maturity becomes staying on my own path and not paying attention to people who don't care of me. You know, I think that's a very good lesson to have when it comes to maturity. You're learning that as you age, it doesn't really matter what other people's opinions are. You know, it shouldn't really matter what someone else's opinions are of you. So, yeah, maturity is something that should come naturally with age. It's about learning from the past experiences that you've made. I mean, past experiences that you've had and the past mistakes that you've made. So just think about times in your life that you have made mistakes and you learn something major from them. That is a sign of maturity. That you're actually learning something from the experience. You're actually benefiting from the mistakes that you're making, and you're learning to be a better person as a result. That is what maturity is. You become more mature as you age because you're learning. Now, the problem is that not everyone is like that. There are people who do not learn from their mistakes. People who keep repeating the same mistakes again and again and again. Who keep having the same things happen to them again and again and again. That is a sign that you're not learning what life is trying to teach you. You keep drawing the same situations to you again and again, and life is trying to teach you, pay attention. It's time for you to learn and grow from this experience. But you're tuning it out. Maturity is about learning. So if you're not learning, if you're not getting something from the experiences, then you need to be more mature. Be more mature. Let's see. When we're young, we look up to others for the social clues, but we turn them into our mold, and we get used to that mold. Exactly. Absolutely right. Yeah, it's the people that you are around when you're younger shape how you are growing up. And you look up to them and they become part of you. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they have to stay with you forever, because sometimes you will absorb very negative habits, negative situations that other people are projecting, other people are doing. So if that is the case, you have to learn to let those situations go. The situations that are no longer serving you, you have to be able to let them go. Are you able to let them go? My webcam very choppy. I don't know why. I noticed that the moment I came on. I mean, I can also do, if I check this, it's smoother, but there's like audio delay, I think. Is there audio delay? No, I think it's fine now. Let me turn the setting off again. It's a little bit choppy, I don't know. I don't know how noticeable it actually is, but the other setting usually would cause some sort of audio lag. But it seems to be fine. Let me know if my audio gets desynced at all with this setting on. It should be nice and smooth now. As you can see, very smooth. That is with the buffering on. But if I turn the buffering off, there should be no audio delay, but it's a bit choppier. So just let me know if my audio goes off sync. Because yeah, the buffering kind of causes that at times. So anyway, the computers have to be a bit more mature, you know? They do. They gotta be mature so that they don't stutter. Brand new computer, you know? Anyway, what about these mice? Do you think that these mice are mature? Boys and ladies, do you think that we are mature? Do you? Do you think that we're mature, boys and ladies? The answer to that is yes. Boys, you guys are so silly. Look how silly. Oh, and they're so cute too. So cute. Anyway. Okay. Let's see. Later you have to learn how to unlearn and how to let go of those old rules. Very hard. It takes its toll on my psyche. Indeed, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, because how you grew up shapes a lot of how you are. So if you grew up in a very negative environment, negative place, negative people around you, you absorb a lot of their personality and traits. And in order to let them go, you may think that it's kind of wrong to do that. You may think it's kind of wrong to let those people go, let those situations go, because it's part of you. You may think that it's normal, the way that maybe perhaps destructive ways or abusive ways that you're treating yourself or other people, it's normal to you. So, yeah, being able to learn to let that go is a very challenging thing. Absolutely. Absolutely it is. Extremely challenging for sure. But yeah, once you are able to let those things go, then you've reached another step in your maturity. You're able to be more mature. You're able to stand up and take that stand of growing up. You know? I think we need to discuss also, when it comes to maturity, I mean, there's a difference between being immature and being childlike in nature. So look, I may be in my mid-30s here, and I'm playing with these stuffed mice. Okay? That's right. But guess what? Doesn't make me immature. It just makes me, I have a childlike presence within me, yes. And I like to express it. Look at these like floppy little mice. Oh, they look so cute. Look so. So, yes, very, very cute. Very, very cute. So you have to be able to differentiate what is immaturity and what is having a childlike essence about you. You know, it's very important to retain some of that childlike presence, childlike nature within you. My bra is hanging out. We don't want a nip slip live on stream. We will have to immediately delete it if that happens. Nip slip live on stream. Only a few people will ever get to see the nip slip. I'm sure people would pay good money to see that. Maybe not anymore. I'm now too old for them. Too old. Maybe if I was 10 years younger. like when I started YouTube, you know? Back when I started YouTube. Gosh, how long ago was that? 12 years ago. It's crazy. almost 12 years ago exactly. I want to say it was this, in the month of June. I don't know. Maybe it was July. It may have been, yeah, it was in July. It was July 13th. July 13th is when I started my YouTube channel, when I first uploaded my first video in 2013. It's crazy to think about, it really is. And how much I've grown and matured since then, you know? You know, when I started, I was like, hang on a minute. I was like this, right here, you know? Hold on a minute. Her. Poke your eyes out. And now I have grown into this. The lady in the center, she's getting old. And then soon I will be like this. It's funny. It's funny stuff. But I think I think it's actually probably a good time to switch the image now. Let's go ahead and switch the image over. Time to switch it because we have another thing here. Actually, wait, that's right. I can actually move myself. Let me move myself. Let me move myself over. I can't move myself all that much. I cannot. Oh well. I can move myself somewhat. Let me go like this. There we go. There. I can go like this. I can go like this. Unlock the lessons from your past. This is also another very important thing when it comes to maturity as well. If you want to be mature, it's about learning from the past. Things that you have done wrong, things that have happened to you in the past, as well as mistakes that you've made, as we've discussed. It's all about learning the lessons that life is teaching you. Now, the thing is, as we mentioned, a lot of people are not that self-aware. They will keep having the same experiences happen to them again and again and again, and they will not be aware of what life is trying to teach them. Instead, what they do is they keep blaming other people. When you're blaming other people for your problems, that is a sign of immaturity. You're not being mature enough when it comes to that. Supreme Wolf, nice to have you here. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing fantastic. So by learning from the past, you're able to be more mature. You're able to understand the lessons that life is teaching you. See, every single day, life teaches you important lessons to help you learn and grow. Do you pay attention to those lessons, or do you turn a blind eye and you don't pay attention to them? Let me tell you this, just the profound experiences I have had just this year has allowed me to realize life is teaching me so many important lessons, and they're guiding me down a path of happiness and success, as long as I listen to the lessons that it's teaching me. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, learning the lessons that life is teaching me. Millie, great to have you here. How are you doing today? Hopefully doing fantastic. You had a bad night, Supreme Wolf. Well, I am very sorry to hear that. Hopefully you have a much, much better night. Hopefully you would do. Yeah, if you ever want to share anything, feel free to do that, but I'm wishing you much happiness and success, and I hope that things improve for you. You're doing okay, Millie? Great to have it. Great to hear it. Nocturnal panic attacks. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that as well. You know, I don't really deal with that personally, but I can tell you some interesting stories. So when I do something that is stepping out of my comfort zone, this happened initially when I first started my YouTube channel. I posted a video online, like very early on. I posted videos online. Very scary for me to do. In addition, that there's been people that, or such other situations that I've been talking with people, I send something to them, or I'm communicating with someone, all this sort of stuff, and I will wake up, and like not really in the middle of the night, but I'll wake up shortly after I go to sleep, and I'm like, oh my gosh, did I really just do that? Did I really just say that? And then I have to I'm like in a state of like shock, like, oh my gosh, that was like horrible. Why did I do that? And it wasn't horrible. It's just all of a sudden my mind just changes. Like, you know, like when I would upload a video, I would like wake up shortly after I went to sleep, and I'm like, did I really just put myself online for the whole entire world to see? Or if I'm like talking with someone, it's like, did I really just say that to someone? Did I really just say that? You know? So it's kind of like, ooh. Interesting, right? Interesting. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So look, hang on a minute. How do I walk down the steps of success by learning from your past? Oh, that was kind of funny. That's what you got to do. Boys, would you like to walk down the steps of success about learning from your past? No, Lay Lizard, we don't learn from our past. We keep repeating the same mistakes again and again and again and again and again. Because actually, you know what, Lay Lizard? We don't make mistakes. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, boys, whatever you say, is right. How cute. How cute. Other things, when it comes to this, own up the things that you've done wrong. If you've done something wrong, own up to it. Admit that you're wrong. Now, next week, we will be talking about apologies. Because that's actually a very important thing. Because if you've made mistakes and you're apologizing, how do you form an appropriate apology? Oh, I'm sorry, but... all this sort of stuff. We will talk more about that next week. I'm not gonna get into that right now, but yes, we have to talk about owning up to the things that you've done wrong and doing appropriate apologies, which will be next week. So, how do you do an appropriate apology? How do you figure out what you've done wrong when you think that maybe you're always right? If you think that you're always right, that's a sign of immaturity. We all make mistakes, every single one of us. If you think that you are not capable of making mistakes, then guess what? You are not mature to realize that you've made mistakes. You're not able to learn or comprehend. It's sad. It really is. You have to be able to learn. Learn. I'm going through the phase where I don't want to work anymore, but now I have to. Any tips? Well, as you said, you have to be able to learn to like it. Yeah, I'm gonna just attach this to my address. There. Fortunately, you can see it right there. Unfortunately. Let me see if there's a better spot. I'm trying to find the best spot for this. If I put it on this little thing here, I can just kind of hold it like this and you can hear my voice really up close. Now, can't you? I can even talk much more quieter and do like ASMR style stuff because I know there's still so many people who want the ASMR stuff and I don't know why. Why do people want the ASMR stuff? I have no idea. Although I think because of my noise filter, if I go to whisper, it gets cut out. Let's say, can you hear this at all? I think some of it is being cut out. I think some of it was being cut out, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, this is not ASMR. We're getting off. We're getting off track. There. It doesn't look the most attractive, but it's fine. It's fine. I looked attractive all day. That's all that matters. Anyway, so when you're forced to okay, so how to get to work and you don't want to. Okay. Well, you've already kind of answered your own question because you realize you have to do it. So learn to like and accept that fact. That's really all that you can do for the most part. You have to learn to accept the fact, accept the things that you don't like. Accept the things that you don't like about the world. Accept the things you don't like about someone else. Accept the things you don't like about yourself. Once you approach it with love and acceptance, things become so much easier. You know, I used to be I wouldn't necessarily call it judgmental of other people. I don't want to phrase it that way, but more so, I had very high expectations on other people. And over the past few weeks, I've realized, oh wait, I shouldn't be having those anymore. I should not be having these high expectations upon someone else. So, yeah, just a major realization that I've had, that I've learned and grown from. You know, it's like if I never learned those lessons, I would still be immature because I was not learning. Life kept telling me, hey, you need to learn. Pay attention and learn. All right, and let's switch over to our final image now, shall we? There we go. Let's get back to center here. See the emotional journey here this person's going through? There's like anger there. Then there's like, you know, mind, like neutral, and then it's like happiness. So I will block out the neutral. I will be the neutral face. Can I be neutral? I don't know, hard to say, but regardless. This is the next step right here in maturity. Does anyone know what it is? What this image is trying to symbolize here with the different emotions? Does anyone know? As I take a sip of water. Look, the different emotions can be the mice still. That's right. So this is all about, I like how my hands disappear. Why would, oh, it's a mouse. Mice. There you go, mice. You're disappearing. There you go, you're coming back. The emotions here is about managing emotions. There. Managing emotions. That is the next step of maturity. When you're able to manage emotions effectively. Do you get so worked up and angry and upset about something that you start lashing out? You start destroying things, you start yelling at people, you start going at them? That's a sign that you are not mature, that you're immature. Because you're not able to manage your emotions effectively. Instead, you're just going all over the place with your emotions and you're letting them control you. When you're not able to manage your emotions, you feel them very intensely and you act upon them. And then, sometime later, you may end up regretting it. And then when you regret it, what happens then? It's just a vicious cycle of beating yourself up, feeling as though you're useless, and then you just keep repeating that cycle again. You repeat it again. You repeat it again. Keep repeating those same mistakes again and again and again. So if you're able to manage your emotions effectively, then guess what? Then you're able to be more mature. If you're able to feel intense anger but not let it control you, then you've become more mature. If you're able to be extremely happy about something but not to the point where you're overlooking what's actually going on and you're thinking in a fantasy land, then you can be more mature by rationalizing some of those emotions. Emotions are something that controls us greatly. Most people let their emotions control them because they have no control over them, or they at least feel as though they have no control over their emotions. When you don't have control over your emotions, you feel as though you are out of control. And I know for me, when I felt as though I don't have control over something, it's made me feel really, really bad before. When I don't have control over something. That's something else that I've learned to let go of over the past few weeks, over the past month. Is to just go more with the flow of life. It's like if life is presenting things to me and it says this, I'm thinking it in my mind, this is how it has to be in order for it to be successful. I've realized that that's not the case. Things can go really, really, really ugly and bad, but still work out in the end. That's what you have to realize. that things may not go the way that you planned. But as long as you retain that goal, you will achieve what you desire. But that's all about going with the flow of life. And that's the exact same thing when it comes to managing your emotions. To not let them control you the way that you think about the situation. So if you feel intense anger and hatred, intense joy and happiness, and just all these sort of things, that you let them control you and you're acting upon them, you're not really seeing what is really going on, then it's because you have let your emotions control you in a very negative way. You're not able to see the bigger picture that is going on. Boy, do you let your emotions control you? He doesn't. He just goes with the flow. He doesn't really care. That's right. That's right. So he's actually the ultimate mature being right here. Be like Rusta, the ultimate mature being. You know, the more mature that you become, the more you begin to be like him, and you begin to look like him. Look how cute. Don't you want to be a cutie pie like him? You would do, right? Yes. Hey boy, clap your hands together. How cute is that, right? That is so cute. So cute. Anyway. There. Ultimate mature being right there. Okay, my microphone's kind of all over the place. There we go. My boobs are hanging out again. You have to go to only boobs if you want to see that. Only areolas is where you have to go. Only areolas. So what is another key aspect when it comes to being mature? Being patient. That kind of goes hand in hand when it comes to managing emotions. You being able to be patient. If you're able to be patient, then you're not trying to rush and get something done. You're able to be more at peace. How many people here are able to say that they are patient or impatient? Here's the interesting thing. I am an Aries. Aries are known to be impatient. And for some things, I guess I can be. I can be more impatient than maybe some other people. But I've managed to be as patient as I can when it comes to certain situations. So, yeah, it's all about learning the technique of being patient. Being able to be patient. Are you patient? If I don't hear anything, that means you are impatient. Yes, we will always make assumptions that you're impatient. Okay. And the last thing when it comes to maturity, you have to learn to be respectful of other people. Being respectful of other people's decisions, other people's way of life. Stop being as judgmental. If you're able to be respectful of someone else, then that is a sign that you have become more mature. Because you're showing the world that you can respect someone else. That you can respect other people's choices and decisions. You may not necessarily like them, but you respect them. That is a sign of maturity. So with all these signs together, would you say that you are a mature person? Let's hear it. Because if we don't hear it, it could be because we realize that there's still things that we need to work on. Of course, there's always stuff that we need to work on within ourselves. Always things that we need to be mindful of, things that we need to be careful of. A whole bunch of stuff to really learn and grow from. We have to be able to do that. And if we're not able to learn or realize the things that we just talked about, that perhaps we, are not the greatest at, perhaps things that we need to work on, then we are not mature enough. We must continue to strive towards maturity, to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. And now, with all of you immature people here, and these very mature rats, these rats would like to do the mature dance to now try to bring some more maturity in here. We're going to do the mature dance, boys and ladies, so watch closely, because when you do it, you will become more mature. Okay, you have just gained 1 point in maturity. Digit. Okay, they did the maturity dance and have now boosted your maturity levels. Okay, your maturity levels have just been boosted a little bit more, slightly more boosted. Okay. Me immature? Never. I don't know. Could be. Thumbs up for maturity. That is the sign of maturity. The amazing maturity is right there. But if you're immature, I said if you're immature, hang on, there we go. It's raining. Oh, it's lovely. Okay. Get the mic, fix the mic. The mic, I cannot really fit the mic correctly on this address. Am I browsing? I told you, if you want to see, you gotta go to only areolas if you want to see any of that sort of stuff. Anyway, we're going back to my room. We're going back to my room now, because as we're going to be concluding this soon, we have some things to wrap up here, as well as some special gifts. Stick around to the end, because I will be giving out gift memberships, so be sure that we're going to do. I'm going to write down the tarot reading that we do, because yeah, you know, let's just say for one of the days last time, it was like, oh look, this is this day, this may, and it's like, yeah. So what we're going to do, what I've decided for the tarot thing, I'm going to do 3 cards, and I'm going to do for the week ahead, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. That's what we're going to do here, okay? Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So, let me get my camera here so you can see it. There it is. There it is. You don't need to see my dress. I'm glad that I wasn't just sitting here like in my underwear, but can you imagine? It was just like, oops, I'm nude under there. Sorry, guys. Then you have to go to only badges. Only areolas. Anyway, let us forget that. Let's see about the week ahead now, okay? We're going to see about the week ahead. Let me do buffering for this, because notice that this is choppy too. Okay, there we go. Smoother. So we have Tuesday. This is for the week ahead, for anyone who is watching this, or for me, or for anyone else who this may resonate with. Let's see. Okay, hang on a minute. Here's Thursday. Okay, all we need now is just Saturday. Let's see what Saturday is going to bring of this coming week. What is Saturday going to bring for everyone here, or for me, or whoever is watching or will resonate from this particular message here? Let's see. Any card that may come out here? I always just wait for like a card. There it is. Okay, here it is. Okay. So let's see what the week ahead brings. Tuesday. Tuesday, you have the 7 of Pentacles here. Let's see what Tuesday is going to bring us here. Let me read you the information here. Hard work and patience will be rewarded, and that working methodically towards accomplishment will bring success. So it looks like maybe on Tuesday you're going to have a lot of success finally coming to you. And if you look at the card here, There it is. If you look at the card, it's a woman growing, like she's put in a lot of hard work to accomplish her goal here, as you can see. And it's now bearing the fruit. So Tuesday, it looks like maybe something you've been working hard towards is finally going to be realized. Okay. I'm going to keep note of this as well, because I want to keep note just in case these sort of things happen to me. And we will maybe review them next time too. Okay, hard work paying off. Okay, for Thursday. Let's see what Thursday brings us. The Thursday brings us the Three of Wands card. Let's see what this has to do here. Take a look at this particular card here. There it is. This one says, positive pattern of progression emerging here, taking the initial energy from the Ace of Wands, okay? And manifesting the idea now a completion of the first step. Your initial goals have been realized. So it sounds like this is a continuation. It looks like something big is going to be happening this week for you. So it looks like goals being realized. And this is more of another reiteration here. Goals are starting to really materialize for you. It indicates progress, success, but you must keep planning and keep moving everything forward. So this is continued success here on Thursday. So it looks like this could very well be a very positive week. Continued success, but keep working towards your goals. Okay, that is the thing I have here for this here. You can't autocorrect continued. There we go, continued. Towards your goal. And you can't autocorrect towards either. I tell you, sometimes autocorrect sucks. Anyway, so it looks like these. So what made this lead up to on Saturday? Let's see what Saturday is. The Six of Swords. Here's the Six of Swords here. It's a woman traveling on a boat. There we go. I'm trying to find the best way of positioning this so you can see it. There it is. So this one says, moving out of the stormy waters into calmer ones. If you have experienced difficult times, this card assures you that no matter that matters will improve and harmony will once again be restored. So it looks like a lot of your progress is going to be happening this week, and that maybe Saturday is like a realization, or maybe like a progression past a lot of the negative things that have been holding you back. So moving past negative things. So it looks like there could be a lot of success here this coming week. A lot of positive things happening this particular week for you. Let's just hope so. Let's just hope so. Okay, we're back. All right. Very positive message, right? Very positive message. Okay. So that is the week's theme. Now, I have a surprise for all of you, but you know, it looks like I cannot give out gift memberships anymore. I don't know why. So sorry. YouTube is not allowing me to do it now. 2 weeks ago, I wasn't able to give out any gift memberships either. So, unfortunately, still can't give out any gift memberships. No idea why. Yeah, YouTube, why don't you allow me to give out gift memberships? That sucks. Oh well, another week down. I can't give them out. I don't know why. Let's see what the tarot card says about YouTube's discrimination. Let's see what the tarot cards say about YouTube not allowing me to give out gift memberships. What do the cards say about it? Oh yes, here it is. Is it this one? It's this one. The card, this one says the Page of Swords. Let's see what this one says. This is about YouTube's evilness. It says, delayed news or disappointing news. We have disappointing news because we cannot give out gift memberships. Okay, we cannot give out. It shows problems. Problems. Indeed it does. Indeed it does. YouTube. Let's see. Hard work paying off makes me hopeful. Yes. That's great. That's great. Why do they seem so fitting for my current situation and make me more hopeful about it? Because that's how these tarot cards work. Okay? Let me tell you this. I have done readings for certain people in my life, and they have been so accurate and exactly describe their situation. You know, and this one just popped out when I was talking about it. The Magician. They are magical in many ways. Let me just tell you this. I know I told this story at one point. I don't know if you were here, Millie, but I've done these readings for particular people. And they give me insight into the person's life without them telling me. And I'm like doing the reading and there's similar themes that come up. And then sometime later, the person tells me about something going on in their life. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I've been getting with your tarot readings. That they don't know that I'm secretly doing behind their back. You know what I mean? So, but that's not the craziest. Honestly, the craziest tarot experience was when I was doing a meditation. I was doing a meditation and just relaxing, connecting with the voice of reason. And it tells me that I'm going to marry someone that I know. And I'm like, how? And then it says, pull out the tarot cards and I'll show you the next 4 steps. And it showed me the next 4 steps. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Literally, you saw the progression right then and there. That was literally the biggest eye-opening experience of my entire life. That just happened 2.5 weeks ago, I think. That was the biggest life-changing experience of my entire life because I have just never experienced something that surreal. That was surreal. That was like, whoa. Oh my gosh. And then I find a random video online for a tarot reading for Aries people. And and the woman's drawing cards. There's a lot of marriage cards here. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So that is something I have to look forward to in my future. Something I have to look forward to. So when? I'm not meant to know when. I'm not meant to know when, because I have asked when, and I'm like, no, you can't know when, but it will happen. I'm like, really, is it going to happen? And they show me more cards. I'm like, okay, this is the preacher. This is what's going to happen. All this, it's like, okay, this is it. This is whatever, you know, not necessarily like, okay, yeah, but, oh my gosh. Okay, hang on. Whoa, no, okay. You may be wondering why the heck I'm laughing. This card just popped out as I was shuffling, talking about this. Let me read you the description of this card. Okay, you ready for this? As I was shuffling, this card just pops out, and this was in the marriage reading, okay? So, symbolizes the energy this night symbolizes always felt on an emotional level. It represents offers being brought to you that will be accompanied by a high level of excitement. One to look out for in relation to romantic invitations or proposals for marriage. So yeah, we were just talking about it, and there it is. And it's destiny. It is the Wheel of Fortune. It is destiny. It's what's meant to be. Oh my gosh, I tell you. It's wild. I tell you, it is wild for sure, but you have to learn to just accept it. Accept it for what it is. These cards scare you. Oh, look. Yeah, you know. Millie, I would draw one more card for you, a very positive card. Let's see. Let's see what things are going to be in Millie's immediate future coming up. Maybe if it's something negative, maybe something to be mindful of. Or maybe there's going to be some great news coming your way. Let's see what you have in store for you specifically. I should be charging money for this, but I'm not. Let's say you're going to get, let's see what any card may come out here that may resonate with you. Oh, here it is. Here's the one. Okay. Let's take a look. I'm not trying to scare you. These are just things to be mindful of. Okay, so this says, symbolizes a stalemate situation or in which deadlocks exist. You may feel as though you need to make a decision, but are unable to move on one way or another due to feelings of confusion. So this is basically saying, think about your choices. Think about the choices you have to make within your life. And think about them thoroughly before you just jump and make a hasty choice. So just kind of think about that for a moment, you know? Anyway, we're going to wrap this up and look at the card at the bottom. I remember how many times I drew this card. Millie, if you want to hear something else scary, I drew this. I think there's like 72 cards in the tarot deck. The chances of getting one of them is low. I kept getting this card again and again and again and again and again. A lot. Okay? And I'm like, okay, there's something with this. I did a tarot reading online. It had me choose 2 cards. I chose 2. And then it narrowed me down to 1. I chose the 1 and I got this. I'm like, okay. So, yeah, you know. Things to be mindful of. So, see, I thought it was scary at one point too. I've learned to accept it. You know what? It's not scary. This is giving me insight into my life, into things that are going to be happening. And I have to just be mindful of it and just accept how things are. So, according to this, there's a lot of very positive things this coming week. So just be optimistic and positive about it. You know? Very, very positive things coming this week. So be optimistic. Think about your choices. And a whole bunch of positive things could come into your life this week, you know? Yeah, you know? We're going to continue those tarot readings because I feel as though over the past month, my intuition and psychic abilities have been like, you know what I mean? Just like skyrocketed. And it all comes down to using a lot of the tarot cards. Why did I start using them a lot frequently? Because I am someone who's very intuitive. I can normally sense other people and know what they are, but there was someone that I was in contact with that I could not read them. So I resorted to the tarot cards, and then I got a bunch of information about them, and then it turned out to be true, and then I just kept going from there. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so real. So yeah, it's just very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. But anyway, folks, that is going to do it for the broadcast for today. I'm going to wish you all a fantastic week ahead. I'm so sorry that I cannot give out any gift memberships. I don't know why YouTube's not allowing me to do that anymore. Maybe it's because there's not enough people. Maybe there has to be a certain number of people. I don't know. Possibly. Possible. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to wish you all a fantastic week ahead. Next week, we will be back here on June 8th. June 8th, we will be back here for another broadcast, so I look forward to seeing you then. So take care, have a great week, and see you all again later. Bye.